Hello. Hello, everybody. We are about to have some adverts in a second, but I thought I'd just catch you, Matt, if you have to go. Hey, everyone. How are we doing? Do 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 do. Is the music an okay volume? Look at me with my water bottle. Check this out. Check this out. H2O. Dihydrogen monoxide, baby. In China. Hello, Skelly. Hey, Matt. Hey, Moo. Hey, 10. Matt, thank you for the 55 stream streak. That's nuts. That is insane. Hello, everyone. I don't really know how to do this, but I need to update you guys on what's going on in my life, in case any of you are wondering, like, hey, what the fuck's Jack doing? Also, I'm wearing one of my favorite t-shirts, and for some reason, it's like shrunk in the wash. It's become like a muscle tee, and I love it. Check out this t-shirt, which I feel like I have the right to wear considering, you know, my accomplishments, but, you know. I'm in Spain, so right now, so bye-bye. Okay, if you want the life update, you'll have to watch the VOD. The VOD. I don't like this angle. I like the lights, though. I changed the lights. Trans rights and all that, you know? Let's not get political, or my brain will melt. Even though trans rights aren't political, trans people deserve rights. That's not a political thing to say. Or at least it shouldn't fucking be. Anywho, minute and a half until ads are over. How are you guys before I start ranting and then we feed to a bunch of tarantulas? Look at my screen. Is that on my screen? That is on my screen, okay. I guess it is now thanks to the Supreme Court shakes fists. Right. It's okay, I'll come back to bite them in the ass. Isn't your liberal government in power? Oh, Skelly, my sweet summer child.
Would you look at that? That's almost a year. I'm so glad to be here so often and have all of you guys around me, even though you piss me off sometimes. I hope things are looking up for you. Love you, less than 3.
Thank you, man. I love you, man. 47 months is fucking crazy. That is absolutely obscene. Before the ad is over, briefly gonna get political. Skelly, you are right. Technically, our government is supposed to be liberal. However, in the UK, we have hard right, mostly right, and then left, which never get voted in. So the current government pretends to be a liberal government, but is actually more of a right-leaning central party. So... Anyway, I just gifted this up to Matt and it charged me. Didn't come up as a gift sub now, and I think Twitch scammed me. Maybe it'll, like, give you it back? Or maybe it just adds to Matt's count. I don't know. Either way. Let's talk. So, I need to update you guys on what's been going on in my life. I warn you guys, this is not a positive update. It has a good ending. We're still in the middle of it, but I need to update you guys on what's been going on. So I need to, like... in my head, like, really upbeat synthwave wasn't appropriate. We'll do this one, this chill. So, as some of you may have noticed, I've taken quite a bit of time off stream. You may have noticed that also my wife spent a lot of time at home, despite previously having a full-time job. I don't know how in-depth to go with this, but I'll start from the very beginning. My wife works in construction. She works in an industry that's 99% male, right? As you can imagine, she has to deal with shit all the time. Last December, she had to report a guy for essentially stalking her and another female employee, right? Nothing was done about it initially until they reported it to the police, who... so this was 2023, by the way, December 2023. Who then looked into his background and found out that he was a very bad dude. We're talking, like, horrific stuff in the past. Because of that, he was then fired. Come July this year, Charlotte had to report another person. Not quite as much as following somebody home, but for repeated harassment, crossing boundaries, HR violations, all those things. In response to that, the company that Charlotte worked for decided to constructively dismiss her, which is another word for saying completely... Essentially, constructive dismissal is when you are not fired, but you are unable to do your job. Right? So say, for example, if you, to put in a very extreme example, okay, if you required a wheelchair and your job completely denied any kind of accessibility, you would not be able to do your job. That is constructive dismissal. Charlotte reported that a member of staff was hostile and was, for lack of a better word, we've been referring to him as a sex pest. Just an outright creepy dude, crossing boundaries 100% of the time, but was best mates with the guy who ran the site, right? Essentially, what happened was Charlotte was let go from her job. Now, as you can imagine, this is not legal. So, for the first time in mine and Charlotte's lives, since, us both being 32, we have hired a lawyer. We had to go down a legal route, and for the last 6 months or so, we have been putting together a court case. Thursday, as in the 17th, was Charlotte's hearing, initial hearing. And thankfully, the two companies that Charlotte is taking to court essentially not accepted the terms, but I'm trying to think of how to word it. They were throwing shade at each other instead of at Charlotte. So essentially what they were doing was they were trying to come to the conclusion of whose responsibility it was instead of claiming Charlotte was lying, which is a good thing, because the moment they take their eyes off that, there's no way they can deny what happened to her. And the good thing is as well is that they've also pointed out there's a third company that's responsible, so technically speaking, Charlotte is taking on 6 companies. I'm not going to say who the companies are or what project she's working on, what the site was, but it is probably the biggest construction thing in Europe right now, right? You could probably Google that and find the answer, but if you find it, please do not post it in chat. But essentially, yes, leading up until Thursday, we had no idea what was going on with our lives, because if she lost this case, Charlotte's lost her job, her reputation, and a fuckload of money because she's not been working 6 months. But now she's back in work, which is good, working for a different company, obviously. And we are winning the case. Currently we are. Obviously, we have no idea how things are going to go. The next court date is in July at some point. I will let you guys know when I'm not streaming it, for example. But our next date is in July for the next hearing, right? But as you can imagine, it's been fucking awful. Do you know what I mean? Charlotte's been through a lot in the last couple of months. It just fucking sucks. It's fucked up to think that, let's get into it. There are men on that site that are doing that shit every day, and they're still working. And Charlotte makes a complaint, and she's the one let go. So yeah, we've been pissed. Moo, you know Charlotte personally, but the rest of you don't know Charlotte personally. Charlotte is the kind of person who... Let me tell you a story about Charlotte, right? When I was in school, I was like this. I was weird and ADHD and had weird obsessions, okay? When I was about 14, I think. So, no, younger than that. No, about 14, okay? So 14 in schools in the UK is about year 9, so 9th grade, right? I got in a fight with some kid. I got in fights all the time. People used to bully me. I got in a fight with some kid. His older brother was a year 11, so 15 or 16 years old, right? He was mates with all the biggest kids in school. So, these kids all basically teamed up to beat me up, right? Bear in mind, I've been the same height since I was 14, 15. I'm about 6 foot. I'm just over 6 foot tall. They got the biggest kids in school to come beat me up. This kid, who I will outright now say his name was Aaron, okay? He was what's referred to in, British terms as a brick shit house. He was as dumb as you can possibly be, but was 6'5" at 16. Essentially, grabbed me and tried to beat me up. He was this guy's biggest mate, right? Charlotte, being a 5'5" girl, jumped on him and started punching him in the face repeatedly. The shock completely stunned him to the point where the entire fight just derailed and people were like, what the fuck is happening here? And I shit you not, I will remember this moment for the rest of my life. So the entire thing, like, dismantled, right? And then obviously the teachers broke it up. We spoke to the teachers. I was speaking to a teacher who, me and Charlotte were speaking to some teacher who was our head of year, and the head of year 11 came in, who knew this kid very, very well. He was known by all the teachers. They all fucking hated him. He was this massive dumbass who was just a massive bully, right? The teacher turned around and went, what's going on here? Because this is the first time Charlotte had ever been in trouble, right? She was such a good kid. And essentially, the teacher turned around and went, Charlotte here has just beaten up Aaron in year 11. And I will never forget, he was the deputy head of the school. He was the head of year 11. He walked over to Charlotte and shook her hand. So that's who Charlotte is. So you can imagine the last couple of months, she has been on a fucking warpath. So that's where we've been. As I said, Thursday was the first hearing, which went well. We don't know what the future is at the moment, but at the moment we're in a good place because things seem to be moving forward, you know? But yeah, that's what's been going on. Things are fucky. I think that's also, I've mentioned this previously. All the music I currently listen to, right, for the last like 6 months has been very anti-man. I think that's why. Like shit like Ashniko and Chinchilla and stuff. Like, yeah, Charlotte's in a much safer environment right now and absolutely killing it. Also, like, she knows what to do. Like, she's looking after herself and she knows what to do in these situations. But there is so much to that. Like, so Charlotte's one of these people who will write notes on things, right? She had so many meetings that were just fucking gaslighting and victim blaming and all this shit. And she has notes and notes and notes and notes. And we spend so many late nights writing all of these notes up and getting it like ready for lawyers and stuff. And she's been through so much shit, but she's the kind of person who, if this all goes tits up, will just, I don't know. She will fight till the end. I know she will. I like to think so, Scully. I mean, let's get real. Me and Charlotte have been together for 20 years next year. How crazy is that? Yeah, I'm feeling the feminine rage. But yeah, so essentially that's what's going on. That's where we've been. So any of these nights that I've had to like cancel stream, it's either to spend a bit of time with Charlotte or because we've literally just been writing up paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, you know. My favorite thing to do when I'm gaslit by companies is kind of get that in writing. That's the funniest thing, is that Charlotte had all these meetings where they just gaslit, victim blamed, the amount of things that were like, oh, it was just a joke. Oh, maybe you took it the wrong way and all this lot. They didn't take a single minute at any of these meetings. They didn't do anything. Charlotte has every fucking thing that was said verbatim. You know, the only thing that she could have done more is record everything, but she's on a construction site. In some construction sites, you can get fired for just doing that. So, but she has like notes on everything. So she's just, they have no fucking leg to stand on. Like, the only thing they could have done was try and worm out of it. Like, they made her re-sign her contracts because she wasn't getting paid as much as the men, which is illegal. But in doing so, she had to give up her what's the term? Her length of service, essentially. And in the UK, you have to have been with your company for 2 years in order to claim unfair dismissal or constructive dismissal. Because she re-signed the contract to get the same amount of money that the men did, she lost that length of service. And we were worried they were going to be able to do that. But the fact they made her re-sign a contract was illegal. The fact they weren't paying her as much as the men were is illegal. So they kind of backed away from that one pretty fucking quickly. So I got my endometriosis treatment. I need a referral or I need a letter explaining why I'm being denied care. Yeah, sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. or malicious compliance. You know, if people are going to insist that they're doing everything like one particular way, then you do it your particular way. And I don't know. Didn't deter from the industry. Yeah, I mean, right now she's on site, she's working, you know. So, hey, Adviel, how are you? But yeah. So I thought I'd just let you guys know what was going on, because yeah, things have been real fucky the last couple of months. Specifically from like August of last year. So it's been like what, 8-9 months. And as I said, the fight's not over yet. Like we've won the first battle, but we haven't won the war yet. But I'm happy to sort of share it with you now that, I mean, technically speaking, now it's going to court, it's public anyway, so I'm still not gonna, you know, say the companies and stuff involved in case they can get me done for slander for me mentioning it to my 7 queer people on the internet. But even so, a brief summary. Watch the vid back, Idviel. I don't want to go through it again, I'm sorry. Yeah, watch the VOD back, I'm sorry. A little bit your queer people. Yeah, exactly. I am a beacon. Long story short, Adviel, my wife reported multiple sexual harassments at work and was fired because of it. The last 8 months or so, we have been fighting a court case, and we received news on Thursday that we essentially we have won. We've got past the preliminary. We've won the first bit, basically. Man equals bad, Charlie equals queen. Absolutely, yeah. My mum has many negative aspects, but one thing she has a respect to is her way of fighting for autonomy and actually fighting and trying to be listened to as a Mexican woman. Yeah. I think there's... It's really hard for me. I say that with as much, like, pathetic irony as possible. I'm fully aware that I am a white man who is in a straight presenting relationship. It's really easy for me to be like, yeah, life is so hard, like I cry when I think about periods, like, but it's been a long couple of months, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and obviously, yeah, Charlotte's been through a lot, but we've banned the word stream, boo, you can't. You're a true ally, though you empathise and understand. I don't make excuses for men. Oh, I mean, the amount of friends I've cut off over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the amount of friends who, I don't know, I've had friends who I've known for years who, like, deliberately misgender people, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And it's really funny because they'll message me and be like, hey man, we never hang out anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's really weird that. I have one friend who I'm not gonna talk about who they are. I don't think I ever like streamed with them or anything, but I remember they made a comment to me years ago that was essentially like, they made a comment about, it sounds really fucked up and that I didn't do anything then, but they made a comment about that they don't believe that many Jewish people died during the Holocaust. And I was like, all right, like, my granddad fought in World War II, was a prisoner of war in Dachau. I mean, I like to think, you know, there was some truth to it, but whatever. And then the same friend turned around, like, and talked about how much he loves Joe Rogan and how he doesn't believe in vaccines. And then I remember referring to, I won't say who it is because it's not unfair to them, but I was referring to someone in chat who used they, them pronouns at the time. And his response was like, they, them, they're only one person kind of thing. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know why we talk anymore. Yeah, it's okay, man. I don't talk to them anymore. Just read my great granddad's POW diary. Yeah, I have I got some medals that my granddad got. But yeah, I've cut off friends over that kind of shit. Like, if you can't be an ally, or just even if you don't fucking get it, like, I've had this with family members before who are like, you know, sometimes they can't get their head around things like people who are non-binary or people who are trans and stuff. Like, my nephew is trans. And I remember my dad has a very a dark sense of humor, let's say, and he's also in his 70s. So sometimes he comes out with jokes I'm like, you can't say that kind of thing. even he can understand that my nephew uses they, he pronouns. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I get that, man. I get it. I completely understand. But yeah, I can't even remember what we're fucking talking about. This has been good. It's like therapy. Not that difficult to be a decent viewer. Exactly. Honorable mention to my dad because he has no idea about anything. He doesn't understand anything, but he's respectful and kind to all my friends. And that's all it is, right? You can, like, I will never know what it's like to be trans, right? At the moment, I mean, you never know what's further down the line, but I will never know what that's like. But I'm never going to pretend that I know what it's like. Do you know what I mean? Like, and in the same way that, like, I don't know, I'm never going to go through half the shit that some people go through as a white man. Like, because, you know, of the skin color I have and my gender identity, you know? Being trans is such a silly experience, to be honest. That's such a good summary. It's just silly. But, yeah. He doesn't understand why my best friend is they, them, or will accidentally misgender sometimes, but he loves them as much as I do and treats them like a second child. Exactly. Third child of a guy of a brother. I was gonna say, do you have a brother? That's funny. Yeah. So that's my life. Summed all that up in 25 minutes, guys. This is meant to be a tarantula feeding stream, but I mean, I feel like this is one of these streams that's just gonna kind of stay deep, you know? With $2,500, yeah. It's not that expensive in the UK, but it's still pretty expensive. Deep breath. I might light some incense. I'm gonna be feeding stuff. I didn't check if this camera's working. Okay, this camera's working, that's fine. But yeah, in case any of you are wondering where I was, or what I've been up to, that's that. It's not over yet. You guys will know when it's over. Yeah, spiders don't like incense. That's why the incense sticker's over here, the closest spider is over there somewhere. Will there be any plot twists? I fucking hope not, man. Because I'm a pale Mexican, high class, I acknowledge I've got privilege here in Mexico. Like I can study and stuff. Or I can study it and stuff like Mexican racism is based on class and culture. Basically, that I'm a white-sican, which is a term for high-class pale Mexican doesn't understand class struggles completely. At least you can recognize it, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I have no idea what that's like, but you can recognize like that people who are in similar situations to you, like, are struggling. You know, love you too, Matt. Have a good one. You know, I once had a friend of mine, different friend, but same circles, tell me he doesn't agree with my lifestyle when I told him I was pansexual. And I was like, I'm married to a woman. What more do you want? What, because occasionally I look at a guy's butt, like, he doesn't agree with my lifestyle. That's another friend I don't talk to anymore. But yeah. How are you? How are you guys? Tell me your problems. Let's just hash this out, you know. Let's do the therapy stream. By the way, sounds great. Yeah. It's funny because if your wife was queer and you appreciated women together, I bet you would support that lifestyle. Yeah, I think it's internalized homophobia and misogyny, isn't it? Like, doesn't agree with lifestyle. I always think that means, oh, I don't like your hobbies. Yeah, exactly. Like, when people are like, oh, I don't like spiders, when I have all these tarantulas, I'm like, okay, fair enough, they're fucking weird. Like, that's cool, you know? Or, I don't know, as weird as I find it when people say they're not really into music. Like, you know, obviously everyone knows some songs, but some people aren't that into it. Like, it's my whole life, but some people aren't into music, and that's fine, you know? But, yeah, when it's like, I don't agree with your lifestyle because of who you are, it's like, no, that's not agreeing with the lifestyle. That's not my lifestyle, that's like my identity. I don't like spider lifestyle, but I solve that by if I ever visit, I don't go to your office, problem solved because it's a me issue. Yeah, fair enough. There's also exposure therapy, though. When I visit, yeah. When you visit. Speaking of, should I get a spider out? Because there's one of them that I don't actually know if she's okay, but I'm going to try and feed her today, and if not, I might see if I can handle it. Incredibly dysphoric. Wishing I could actually transition, but having fun in college, classmates are cool, finish my short film, and thinking of coming out to my entire class. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, say when people should come out, but you do you, Skelly. Like, you know you're always safe here, so. I've been forcing exposure therapy on myself. There's spiders in my house. Yeah. Show spiders. Okay, let me put on some other music. That was the real talk music, but real talk is over. I mean, not necessarily real talk, but it's over. It just reminds me of I've mentioned this show like a million times on stream. Why are you not listening to me when I do that? Oh, add to list. Okay. Nope, still not listening to me. There's a show called That Mitchell and Webb Look, which, if you've ever seen that sketch of the Nazis where they're like, "Are we the baddies?" It's from that show. They had like 4 seasons of it. But there's a really, really good sketch. I've completely forgotten what the sketch was. What am I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh my god, my brain. I just had to like load a bunch of stuff into the play and my brain's completely forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh my god, this is the most I've ever ADHD'd in my life. It's because I trauma dump and then my brain goes, right, fun time! You made me forget what you were talking about. Shit! I was talking about That Mitchell and Webb Look and said there was a really funny sketch. What was the really funny sketch? What was I talking about beforehand? Talking about tarantulas. Maybe if I open this up again. Talking about spiders. It's probably not even going to be that funny, I'm going to be honest. Oh my god, that's going to annoy the hell out of me. Yeah, Are We the Baddies? It's from Mitchell and Webb Look. What sketch was I talking about, though? Oh my god! Never mind, I'll get a spider out. That's gonna piss me right off. Is it the Scooby-Doo one? It's not the Scooby-Doo one. I'm literally gonna watch the VOD back and see if I can get like the same train of thought going. Because that's gonna bug the hell out of me. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I can't believe my brain just did that. Live. Yeah, Are We the Bat? It's from a million times on stream. Only real talk, but that was it. That was it. We said real talk. Okay, so there is a show, like a game show they do on there called Big Talk, right? And it's like hosted by Robert Webb, and it's like, welcome to Big Talk. On today's episode, is there a god? Just like has panelists. It's like, is there a god? Yes or no? There's like a Christian. It's like, well, yes, there is. And they're just like, what about you? It's like, I'm an atheist, so no. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake! There's another one where it's like, how do we solve poverty? How much money have you got? It's great. Oh my god, thank god I found that. That would have driven me insane. Okay, so, who should we start with? Let's start with this boy. Let's start with this boy. How are you doing, boy? Oh, you're looking spicy. Oh, stop running. Stop running. Okay, so, from here on out, I mean, it's in the title of the stream, there will be tarantulas, there will be spiders. If you're not into spiders, look away, I guess. Why are you here? Where are you? You're the kind of spider who might try and escape. Hi, Skelly, it's your song. You're gonna be cool. So this is Sylvester. Sylvester is a Nandu colorulata villosus, also known as the black and white striped tarantula, as you can see from his legs. He is a New World tarantula, so not too scared about him biting or anything like that, but he can flick hairs. He has like a cork like tube in there that he burrowed underneath and then like made it like levitating with his webs. So he's a weird one. He could be very... Should be more focused. I mean, this isn't a particularly good camera, I'll be honest. What's that one with the quick sketch where it's a quick fire debate on trans people? It's the same sketch, but it's from a French sketch show. It's like the same thing. It's like quick debate or something. But yes, this is Sylvester. Let's see if Sylvester is hungry. Do you guys... Shall I try and get the camera closer? You know what I could do that'd be really clever? Is put the camera on the microphone, because the microphone's on an arm. In fact, let me move this thing and see if I can move. Just muted myself. Hang on. Stay there, Sylvester. Stay there. He's looking like he wants to run. Oh, don't run away. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ah. What dick? What dick? Okay, I'm taking the headphones off. I don't know if that was the best thing to do. Maybe if I put it on my water bottle? I used to have a tiny little tripod. Now Jack can't hear us. What? How do you think this works? Okay, what I might have to do... How did I do this last time? I think I did it like this, right? If I do this... Oh, I used the other light, didn't I? Where's the other light? Oh, it's behind me. The pink one. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get rid of the pink light. I'm so sorry, trans people. I'm gonna have to use the pink light. Okay, so this should be... There we go. It's a nice view of him. I need to kind of angle this so the light is the other way. That light is really bright. Hang on. Right, that's the tone. How do I make it less... How many buttons are on this thing? There's so many buttons on this. That makes it pink. That makes party mode. Okay. That doesn't help at all, does it? I mean, there is... You can see the transfer in there. How did I do this last time? Okay. Tarantulas can be very pettable. The only issue is that most of them have verticating hairs. What I'm trying to do is make sure this light isn't visible in, like, the reflection, you know? It kind of means it has to be like here, mounted on top of it. What if I put it upside down and actually mount it on top of it? Yeah, whatever. I don't actually know if he's going to eat anyway, but let's... Where's the best place for this to go? Yeah, because you can't see shit like that, can you? What if I just have it up top? Yeah, what are we playing? I'm not sure what time I'll be free, but I can make a bit of time for you. Right, okay, let's drop something into his enclosure and see how he reacts. Where's my thumbs go? Where's my thumb? Hello, give me my tongue. There's my tongue. By the way, this is dinner. These are black crickets. They are dicks. So I do not feel bad about feeding them to another living creature. Which way is he facing? He's facing this way. So I'll see if I can drop something down there for him. Wow, that was really easy. Usually he can be a bit of a dick, but it's nice and easy. I do it here. Yeah, that's okay. There we go. That was Sylvester. I'm going to give him a bit of water as well, because he needs some water in there. The next couple, hopefully, you'll be able to see a bit better. Most of my tarantulas aren't burrowed in giant holes. Some of them are. In fact, quite a couple of them are. I'd say half. Currently just spraying his enclosure. He is from South America, so he likes it to be a bit moist. Oh, he's coming out. He's coming out. Where you going, buddy? Why are you kicking hairs at me? He is beautiful, though. If I can get a decent shot of him. Like I said, he's one that he might try and escape, but... Can you see him under there? You need one of those little, like, pen cameras, you know, that, like, teachers have. There he is. Can't really see him particularly well. You see him from there? Yeah, there he is. He's got that cricket in his mouth. He's having his dinner. Very nice. Yeah, we could do Mario Kart. I'd be down for Mario Kart. You go wherever you need to go. Okay. Now it's George's turn. I would like to reintroduce you guys to somebody. Oh, he's back to fucking burrowing. In here we have my good friend, Saturn. If you remember from last stream, Saturn ate 2 of his siblings. He's a dick. But you know, it's kind of in his genes, I guess, or in his nature. That's just in my nature. So he might not be hungry. He's kind of podgy, but we'll see if he reacts or does anything. He, like 2 of his siblings, the 2 remaining siblings, I should say, is a... That's upside down. Is a P. regalis, Petzl regalis, also known as a pokey. They are called pokies because Petzl is really hard to say. I really wish I still had that little tripod. Where is that little tripod? Because with that little tripod, I don't have to do anything. I feel like it's attached to something weird. I feel like I attached it. Where would I have put like a 6-inch tripod? Yeah? Alright, I just found this. Camera focus. Camera focus. Have you checked your butthole? I found a little tripod. I found a little tripod. Why do I have that? One of the first long streams I did a giveaway where I would give away my most recent emote as a printout, and this is the Jack Scam Creep emote. Have you checked your butthole? So that little backstage pass you stuck on me after your gig, photography a gig? VO2 Academy. Hell yeah. I've my old guitar case is covered in those. Like loads of things from various gigs and stuff. Good times, good times. Right. We've got a little tripod now. Helps a little bit. I played at the O2 quite a few times, so probably played there. Right, now I need another place to put the light. If I put the light underneath it... It shouldn't be pink, hang on. Okay, so this thing here. You're probably wondering what this is. This is Saturn's booty. Saturn being AP regardless. I'm going to open the lid. And pray that Saturn's feeling normal and not very spicy. Where are you? Where's the rest of you? Oh, his legs are there. Oh god, he's in sort of like I'm gonna kill you position. Hey Mimi, how are you? Okay. Maybe I'm gonna turn this light here up, which means Big Face is gonna be really overexposed. But hopefully it means you can see a bit better. And yeah, you can see much better now. So this is where Saturn lives. Saturn's legs are like down here. He's like spread out on the bottom. I will see if I can lure him out with something. I will drop a cricket in there. And see if I can lure him out. Yes, unfortunately, Mimi, you did miss sort of the bit of an update. I'd rather not kind of go over it all again, so if you want to watch back the VOD for that. But yeah. Anyway, this is dinner. This is a black cricket. I'm going to drop it in there. Saturn is a dick, so I'm expecting a big reaction here. Oh. Did he grab it? Can't tell if he grabbed it or not. There's a lot of action happening in there. Hang on. Did he grab it? Saturn, what did you do? What a big cricket. Did he get it? Okay, yeah, he did get it. Sorry, I was really struggling to get a decent angle on that. But yeah, this is Saturn. Saturn is a, like, literally like an 18-month-old Pokey. And look at the fucking size of him. Saturn is the one who ate 2 of his siblings. And you can see he's just a chunky boy. He made this whole dirt web. Like, this enclosure looked really nice, and then he made this dirt web. But yeah, this is Saturn. Why do you bite... Hang on, Saturn, why do you bite? You're named after the second coolest planet. Read what Saturn did to his son, and you'll find out why I named Saturn Saturn. I did if Jack was a guy. How dare you? Okay, so that's Saturn. The good thing is, Saturn did eat 2 of his siblings. I had 5 of them, so we've got 2 more of these to feed. This one is a bit more out in the open. So this one, Saturn, I'm 90% sure is male because of the size of him and how quickly he's grown. This one, I believe to be female. You can see, comparative to my hand, she's significantly smaller. I will still be feeding her the same thing though. These things can fucking eat, so I'm sure she'll be fine. And actually, no. I've got some slightly smaller regular crickets here, not black crickets. If there's any. Yeah, there's some slightly smaller regular ones here. I will actually feed her one of these instead. I think that might be a bit better for her. I'm trying to find the angle where it's not going to be in frame. There you go. A bit better. The issue with these guys is they are really fucking fast. Hey there, buddy. Sorry, but your dinner today. Where did that thing? Oh, it's just above her. So the cricket is there. She is there. Let's see if she reacts to it. we'll put the lid on just in case. Oh. Wow, that literally fell into her mouth. I don't even know if she's bit it yet. There is a chance that thing is literally just on her face. Oh no, she's got it. Wow, that was literally just... It fell into her mouth. I realized I forgot to spray Saturn, so I'm gonna spray Saturn, and I'm gonna spray this guy too. But you can see, like, when I move it, they just teleport. These things are so fucking fast. Should have put a towel down, really. But... a bit of moisture in there. These things are from India, so they do need a bit of humidity. Oh, that's okay. What song are we listening to? I don't have my headphones on. I do indeed have tarantulas from Mexico. They will be on display in a second. One of my oldest is from Mexico. Now in here, all the way at the bottom down here, we have a third one. Are they okay? Yeah, they're fine. So these things are arboreal, which means they climb. However, they do like to burrow when they're younger. And these, as I said, these things are only like half a year, like 18 months old, sorry. Someone sent me something disguised as Pokemon cards, but they're actually Pokemon cards too, and he sleeved them and told me to keep them in case they're worth something one day. Just find it really wanted to share. So there are spiders, most spiders can climb, but you'll find with like, you say you're like Goliath bird eater, right? They're way too big and chunky. If they were to fall, their abdomen could burst and that would kill them. So they can climb, but they're not used to living high up. Whereas these things live in trees, they live in branches and stuff. So they are known as arboreal tarantulas. Oh, I missed the big one. Oh, come here. Right, let's drop this in there. Oh, this might be a tricky one because the cricket is over there. Let's see if it decides to turn around. Oh, did you guys see that? It's really hard to get an angle on this. I watch quite a few like spider YouTubers and stuff, and I always think it looks really easy. And then I'm like, maybe I could do that. And then I try and get an angle as they catch their food. I'm like, oh no, this shit's impossible. There you go, this one. By the way, these two, the other two that aren't Saturn don't have names. If you can think of any names for two potentially surviving females of an Indian arboreal tarantula, hit me up. Give her a bit of water. In here, we've got one of my big boys. So this guy is technically my first tarantula. I say technically because I didn't actually order him. I ordered his sister, and he arrived as a GIMP freebie, meaning that he arrived with a missing leg, and was just free. These species have thousands of babies, so they gave it to me for free. I didn't quite realize how big these things get, and I got two of them. So this right here is Balthazar. Balthazar is a Lasiodora parahibana, you can see by my hand. He is a reasonably big tarantula. Leg to leg, maybe 4.5 inches, but he could definitely eat one of these big black crickets. He is also probably the tarantula I want to stroke the most. I'm fully aware I'm not allowed to, I'm fully aware I can't. But, yeah, he's just so fucking fluffy. Yeah, let's drop a cricket on his head. Nice and easy. Is he going to do a happy dance? I will explain what happy dance is if he decides to do one. What do you feed? Yes! He's doing it, I think. Happy dance for me. He's doing it. So, this is referred to as a happy dance. It's not actually like them celebrating, but what they do is, in order to prevent like contamination with their food, they will make like a little web plate. Essentially, they will web up a little circle on the floor for them to encase their food in. They will also occasionally just drop their food once it dies and sort of save it for later. By the way, if you guys have any questions about tarantulas or spiders or anything, I'm obviously not a scientist, but it is one of my special interests, so hit me up, you know. I'll actually just spin this round so that you can see a bit better the cricket in his mouth. Also, if I can get the right angle... What are you doing, Sheldon? Did you hear that squeaking noise? Could you guys hear that squeaking noise just now? That was my snail. Genuinely, what are you doing?
Trees,
He's just fucking sat there.
leaves, marijuana, howdy,
I don't know what that means.
that one
Snails don't physically make sounds, but when snails get, like, stressed or apparently just randomly sometimes, they will, like, secrete, like, this gooey stuff, and they can do it so fast sometimes, it makes sort of a squeaking noise, and I think Sheldon just did it. I always say it looks like he does an impression of a fire extinguisher, because it just fire foam everywhere. But I've never heard him do it that loudly before. Yeah, it's weird to think Balthazar is about 4 years old at this point. So there you can get a nice shot of him, like, putting his web down. Yeah, this is him doing a happy dance. Pretty fucked up that I have the box of crickets just like right here, like right next to them. So they're just kind of watching one of their siblings being eaten. That's kind of sad when you think about it. But anyway, this was this was Balthazar. Oh, what's he doing now? He might be putting the cricket down now. Okay, I'm gonna put the lid back on. Don't say bye to Balthazar. Right, the next one we've got a special one. I haven't seen her in a while. Let me just double check she's alright.
Big floppies and big fluffy feet, silent sail, baby.
Now I don't know. This is one that's going to be very difficult to feed. But in this enclosure, I have a special friend. This is the only one I have that is not a tarantula. In here, just there, is a little jumping spider called Flick. Flick is adorable, but she is quite shy. Not like those Instagram jumping spiders you see where they're just like running around and shit and, you know, like recognizing faces and shit, because they can do that. But there is one in there. It needs a good spray in there, actually. There we go. Spray in there, see if there's anything alive in there. Because I usually chuck a couple of crickets and stuff for Flick to hunt, because jumping spiders are so clever. They don't really like it if their food's just waiting for them. They don't like to be hand-fed. They want the hunt, you know? So usually there's like a cricket or a worm or something alive in there. But currently there's nothing from the looks of things. So we'll stick a couple of crickets in there and just watch in case she decides she's hungry. She might be pre-molt, to be fair. She hasn't molted in a while. Quickly give you some these. Yes. My name is Balthazar. I'm sorry, oh, funny, I have heart this time, one working man. My craft has been forgotten by the age. So tonight will be my last night on the stage. So I've just chucked a cricket in there. If we're really lucky, Flick will come out and hunt that cricket. I don't think that's going to happen, but there is a chance. Maybe I'll chuck two in there. There's a little bitty little one here, if I can get it without hurting it. Make sure this crickets don't escape as well. Oh, thank you, Miri. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a weird couple of months, but you know, thank you. So yeah, Flick is in there, but I don't think she's coming out. One of those rare instances where it's like, okay, I don't think she's gonna come out and hunt. I can see a dead cricket next to her, actually, so maybe she has eaten recently. You okay there, girl? Yeah, she's... Okay, so unfortunately no jumping spider today. But the next thing I've got to show you guys isn't a spider. Ooh, ooh, ooh. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Why did you do that? Okay, these things are weird. These things are very weird. I know what some of you are thinking. Jack, that's literally a jar of dirt. You would be 90. Oh, God. Maybe I should set auto ISO on this thing. Yeah, let's just set it as auto. Hang on. Auto ISO. There you go. Still says 3200. I still. Yeah, this is why I don't have high or low ISO and bright lights, because it just makes my skin look terrible. But. You say not a spider and sounds like good news, but it just has more legs. Yes, but this thing is harmless and adorable, and I even have a song about it. So these things... Hiya! You can see some of them just chilling on the fucking lid. I don't know how they get on the lid. Are there flies in there? There's flies in there, isn't there? I hate that some of these things eat rotting food, and it means there's flies all over the shop. So, these guys here are millipedes. Come here, come here. Do you wanna come walk on me? There we go. Where we go. I don't know what you're doing. I feel like you're eating the tape. There's like tape just to hold this grid on. It is like in place, but just to hold it on, you know. So, Moo. Millipedes are decomposers. They eat rotting leaves and stuff, and are completely harmless. These things do not contain venom. They do have a... Ow. I say as I think it just bit me, but it's fine. No, I think a leg like got in right in my like the fold of my finger. Millipedes are completely harmless. They are decomposers. They eat rotting stuff. They are literally the reason our planet continues to do what it's doing. Oh, Royal, I've not got my headphones on, mate. But yeah, so I've got 3 of these. These are skeleton millipedes. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to drop you there. You can see why they're called skeleton millipedes, but also in here, there should be 2 dagger tail millipedes. Now, this enclosure is literally just filled to the brim with rotten leaves. So, they're going to be impossible to find, because also these types of dagger tail millipedes burrow. If you're wondering what this is a courgette. Okay. Let's get you. You go back down in there. There you go. I'm gonna get you guys off as well. Oh no, you're really clinging to that. I'm surprised these things are clinging on so tight, because usually they can't climb very well. So I'm just gonna move this over here, make sure it doesn't run away. But I'm gonna water this and hope that brings the other ones to the surface. Because yeah, you can see that this is kind of just full of like decaying leaves and stuff. This is the reason why I get like an order that's just you know, dead leaves. I pay like £8 every couple of months for just a pile of dead leaves to be delivered to me. Courgette's a top tier version of... Oh, courgettes are great. A courgette is another word for a zucchini. They're the same thing. We just call them courgettes in the UK. I don't know why. But yeah, millipedes are completely harmless. They are decomposers. They eat rotting things, which is really, really, really good for the environment, so that things don't stay there forever and they turn into fertile soil and stuff. Which is why occasionally like flowers will grow in here, because it's really, really, really fertile soil, and this is all moss and dead leaves and stuff. So if like a seed or something gets accidentally like transmitted into there, it grows really, really well. Jack, I have a friend whose special interest is hedgehogs. Do you dislike it when people think of hedgehogs as Sonic? Do you have the same thing when people think Spider-Man, the spiders, and think Spider-Man? I know what you mean. No, because I feel like Spider-Man is so removed from the essence of an actual spider. He's just a dude who can climb stuff. Like, okay, Rant time. Spider-Man would be so much more effective if he could bite people and envenom them. Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he have the power to do that? You know? Just a thought. Anyway, these are my millipedes. Yeah, there's two big ones in there, which are dagger-tail millipedes. And there are 3 skeleton millipedes. They are all babies, and they are all completely harmless. Doesn't kill people. Yeah, but you can paralyze them or something, you know? Right, I'll put this lid back on now. Are you clinging on properly? I don't want to squish you as I put you back on. Okay. That is fine. Next one's a fun one. I might as well do this one now. I'm about to show the biggest tarantula I have. I don't think she will eat. She is pre-molt. The plus side of her being pre-molt is that her booty be big. Her booty massive. Her booty is insane. God, this enclosure is heavy. It's also full of, not mold, but like mushrooms and shit. Which I guess are mold. Anyway. This absolute queen is Priscilla. Priscilla is a Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Fun fact about these guys, just as a quick comparison, I am a 32-year-old man. I have quite large hands. You can see her compared to my hand. She is obviously curled up a bit at the moment, but I'm going to try and get her to move a little bit. She is fucking huge. And, yeah, fun fact about these guys, despite being called bird-eating tarantulas, they do not eat birds. They will, like, if you feed them, like, pinky chicks and stuff, but you can't actually feed them live animals that aren't invertebrates in the UK. So, we won't do that. Essentially, when they first found them and named them, it happened to be eating the remains of what they thought was a bird, so they called them bird eaters. They are big enough to eat birds, but how is this thing supposed to eat a bird? They don't sneak up on things, they wait for things to go near them. You know? So, they're called bird eaters by just pure coincidence. Not coincidence, it's one of these many things where they're kind of named before they knew that much about it. It's a bit like guinea pigs, right? That aren't pigs and aren't from Guinea. You know? But I'll throw a cricket in there, see if she reacts to it. I don't think she will. She has not eaten in a while, which tells me that she's probably in pre-molt. But I'll throw a cricket in and see what her reaction is. Well, they don't even scavenge, really, because they kind of go entirely off movement. So if things aren't moving, they won't eat it, you know? I mean, I guess if it was dying and wasn't dead yet, maybe, but it'd be very hard for one of these things to actually eat a bird. Maybe if they were, like, on a plant that had, like, a flower on it, and a hummingbird stopped by, but let's see if she reacts. Please don't go in the tunnel, please don't go in the tunnel, please don't go in the tunnel. Because then I'll never fucking find you again. Oh my fucking god. Do you want it? Or do I have to go dig that out? Oh, you're gonna make me do it, aren't you? For fuck's sake. Not the pink one. We went straight for the tunnel like a dick. I am curious, though. I'm going to do something I very rarely do. I'm going to boop her, okay? I very rarely do this. I don't want to bother them, but I am curious to see what her reaction is, because usually she is feisty as hell, okay? I'm just going to boop her butt very gently. She's providing resistance. Oh, did you guys hear that? I don't know if you heard that. Fun fact about these guys, Goliath bird eaters and many other large tarantulas stridulate, which is the noise that you hear in like in Minecraft, that kind of scratchy chirping sound that spiders make. Large spiders do actually make that sound. Not intentionally, they're just so big that their like legs rub together and they make a a slight hissing noise. I'll turn the music off and I'll give her another little... Let me put the microphone towards her. Did you hear that? That's a gorgeous shot, though. Look at her. Oh my god, look at those fangs. Jesus, hang on. So currently what she's doing is a threat pose. This is a leave me alone pose, right? All tarantulas do this. All they do is they just bare their fangs and go, look, I'm gonna fucking bite you, right? But seeing her fangs is a rarity, so I am going to just do this and show you. Look at those fucking things. Hang on, let me get a decent shot of this. Look at those. Just as a reminder, she's about 8 inches from leg to leg, right? Those fangs are probably a good 1.5 centimeters long. That's so cool. I don't see her do this shit enough. Because she's usually very placid. In the moment, as I said, I think she's pre-molt, so she's very placid. Again, I'm just going to try and do something here. If I can get this to go upside down. Is that upside down? No, other way around, other way around. And I'm going to make you guys her prey. Oh my god! I'm worried she's going to attack the camera, but look at that! Holy shit! Imagine tuning into the stream right now. Yeah, look at that. I'm hoping she doesn't do it, but occasionally when they threat post, they will tag stuff, so they'll very quickly slap it. I hope she doesn't do that to camera, because she'll probably knock it out of the tripod, but... That is, that's my girl right there. But yeah, so... Priscilla is a Goliath bird-eater, also known as a T-Blondie, your classic Goliath bird-eating tarantula. As I said, Goliath bird-eaters is a misnomer. They don't actually eat birds, but yeah, this is her. How cool is that? Now, annoyingly, there is still a cricket in there, and I can see it. I need to get rid of that cricket, because if she does decide to molt, a cricket can actually do harm to the tarantulas. Crickets are sort of, they're scavengers. They'll eat anything that is weak, essentially, or that, you know, they'll eat dead things and stuff. To them, a molting tarantula is exactly the same as a dead tarantula. They will just start eating it. And when tarantulas molt, they don't fight back. So I need to get that cricket out of there. Unless the cricket's now moving and she is sort of going, oh no, she's now relaxing and the cricket is behind her. I need to get that thing back. How am I going to do this without annoying her? Busy! Do I need to boop her bum again? I need you to move. Please don't kick hairs. Your hairs are horrible. Okay. Easy, busy. Okay, cool. I got the cricket back. That's fine. Where's my black crickets? These guys? Are these black crickets? There we go. Cool. Did I kill it? Oh, I didn't mean to kill it. God damn it. Okay. Busy with the 54 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Yeah, the type of hairs I really want to inhale, just rub them all over my face. BZ and Royal as well. At the beginning of today's stream, I did give... She kicked hairs. I can feel them. Oh my god. Oh, they kind of... They itch and get in your face. I gave a bit of an update on what's been going on in my life at the beginning of today's stream. I don't want to get back into it, but if you're interested, check out the first half an hour or so of stream. But yes, this is Priscilla. She is my baby. I do want to redo her enclosure. All this yellow stuff is actually like mold, sort of like, it's sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like green mold. It's not that bad for them. Like, they're fine. They don't have a respiratory system in the same way we do. It just looks like shit. One thing I need to do as well, though, is water her. I need to water this. She occasionally will... I've seen her drink out of this bowl. Okay, no worries, Beezy. But yeah, that is Priscilla. Just quickly go. Boop. Yeah, this lighting is really unflattering. Actually, if I do this, lighting should get better. Still not very flattering, but... Add water tacos, all good, my guy. I'm going to show you another thing that is also not a spider. If you go to my Twitch channel and go to recent videos, it should say one of them, it should say that there's a video there that's an hour and 22 minutes long, which is the current stream. You can watch it from then and then go back to like real time. Is it CJ the Death God? No. It is my beautiful little slimy boy. In here I have my son, Sheldon! Sheldon is my son. Actually, I need to quickly wash my hands because I've touched a millipede, and the alkaline from the millipedes can harm snails, so bear with me a second while I wash my hands. Sheldon is my son. Okay. Now, I use the term son for Sheldon, that if you didn't know this, snails are actually intersex, meaning that they have both male and female anatomies. So, they are technically able to procreate with themselves. Which is really interesting. What? What have you been doing in here? It's very moist in here. Usually when it gets like this, I have to keep an eye out for things like mites and stuff, but it's so moist in there. I don't think there's anything in there. But I'm hoping Sheldon comes out and shows me his little bunny ears. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Look at my little snail. Look at my little guy. In fact, let's go full cam. Let's go full cam. Look at his little face. Let's look underneath him, actually. Look at his little bunny ears. I mean, they're his eyes, but his little bunny eyes. Yeah, so this is Sheldon. Sheldon's my baby. He looks like he might need a bit more food. Doesn't need any more water though, it's very moist in there, which is good. Yeah, Sheldon, as you can assume, or as you may know, is a, not Goliath, an African land snail. Giant African land snail. He's an albino giant African land snail. And he's still, got some growing to do. As you can see, he's pretty big, but he's still got some growing to do. He's about 4 or 5 years old now. I think he's a bit shy. I think he doesn't like the lights, so we'll put him away. But that is Sheldon. Sheldon the snail. What did I just press? I hit 7. What does 7 do? Replay buffer. Okay, that's fine. Let me show you some other spiders. Let's start off with this guy. Oh yeah, do you like the shirt, PC? This one in here is Regina. Now, Regina has been very, very lethargic recently, and I think she is pre-molt. That or she's not very well, but I'm assuming pre-molt. Again, I'm just going to give her a quick nudge and see what her response is. She might just bolt, I don't know. Is she okay? Oh my god, is she alright? That isn't good. That's not the response I was looking for. Give me a sec, guys. I don't think Regina's very well. She is alive. She's not moving a whole lot. I don't know what to do in this situation. Is she attempting to molt? In which case I just fucked all that up, didn't I? Okay, we're gonna leave Regina for now. She is alive, but she's really, really lethargic. I have no idea what that means. It might be she's very, very close to molting. Well, I'll have to keep an eye on her. That's not normal spider behavior. Okay. Let's pick out another one. Let's pick out. Little guy. What's this like? Oh, he's just molting. We're not going to do that. Go for this thing. Ooh. Okay. So, we started off with some pokies earlier. Pokies being Petzoltheria regalis, being very, very, very fast tarantulas. This thing is kind of infamous for being a spider that like actively hates you. In here, I have what's known as a Togo Starburst. Absolutely gorgeous spider. But a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Dick. It's a dick. Let me show you. Okay. Hang on, I need to screw this in properly. So, the issue with these tarantulas is that not only are they very venomous, they are insanely fast. If this thing wants to, it can fucking teleport, and I've seen it do it before. So we're gonna have to be really careful when feeding this thing, because if it wants to, it will just be in my hair, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just that fast. So I'll point this there. I will drop a cricket or something in there, and we will all pray together to whatever you believe in that might help us in this situation. Okay? You guys ready? I'm gonna open the lid. The lid is open now. We're gonna throw in a cricket. Can you see the cricket in the bottom right? So there's a cricket. There. Tarantula is there. We'll get the light in the situation. Is it moving? Yes, it is. That makes things a bit easier. So cricket is there. Spider is there. Cricket, I need you to do something. This is for television, man. Did I pick you up too hard? Is that the problem? I don't know if that cricket is still alive. Don't be a dick. Please don't be a dick. Don't make me do this. Yeah, the lid is closed. I'm gonna have to get my tongs in there and give it a little poke. Make sure it's okay. Okay, Okay, that's not the direction I wanted you to go. Go this way. Go this way. Okay, lid down. Okay, you can see the cricket. It's a tarantula. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Okay, I'm going to see if I can give it a poke. So I was just doing a bit of research on what to do about Regina. Because I know Regina's been a bit lethargic recently, but usually if they are going to pass, they'll be in a death curl, and she's not in a death curl. Go this way. There we go. There we go. In the right direction. There you go. There you go. Something's happening. Something's happening. We're just going to wait this one out. I'm going to see what happens. Come on, man. Do something. Trying to get a good, like, shot so that if it does decide to do something, you guys can still see. Oh, shit. So it is still there. Still just there, the cricket. Not hungry. Well, they need movement. If things aren't moving, they usually don't go for them. Do something. Do something. Let me try something. Let me try something. Put a bit of water in there. I don't think it might tempt the cricket to go have a drink. I don't think this one's going to happen. I'm going to leave it in there, but I don't think this one's going to happen. That cricket is so lethargic. It's not moving at all. Okay, we'll put this one away. We'll put this one away. Okay. Skelly, if you're still there. Skelly asked earlier if I had any tarantulas from Mexico. This is a tarantula from Mexico. This is Penelope. I've had Penelope for many years now. Penelope is a Mexican red-kneed tarantula. She is my baby. And she's just all-round, she's a good one, you know? I will try and tongue feed her, actually, which is something I don't usually do. But if you kind of just hold it next to them with the crickets on a tongue, they sometimes just grab it out of your tongs. So let's do that. Let's see if she's interested. Interested, baby? You want it? Are you gonna take it, or...? No? I jumped away from her, but... she'll get it. Down there. God, there's like a horror movie. And will our brave heroes go? Our brave hero being the tarantula. Just look at her. She's just beautiful, you know? Does have a small butt. She definitely needs feeding. Come on, girl. I don't know what's with these crickets. Some of them are so lethargic, they don't do anything. Hang on. She's just vibing. Yeah. She's like a really calm tarantula. Like, she just doesn't really care. Okay, I think the cricket has now gone the other way. So bear with me while I go fish it out and then put it back in front of her. Because she's lazy. She won't chase it. Where's the cricket gone? Oh my god. I can't see where the cricket's gone. Can't see where the cricket's gone. Where the hell is it? Here you go. I'll drop another one in there. Was the news just Spooder drama, or was more after that? No, there was other drama. Spooder drama? What's Spooder drama? You want the food? You want the food or not? Okay, so she bit it. That was her saying, okay, not interested. I do have jumping spiders, or I do have a jumping spider. So yeah, this is her just being like, no, not interested, don't want you around. That does tell me she's not hungry, which is annoying because now there is a cricket still in there, which I need to find before it starts to annoy her. Oh yeah, no, the Spooder drama was from the last stream. No, it's bigger than spider drama, unfortunately. I can message you, Beezy, if you want. Can you show me the little homie? So the only issue with that is that jumping spiders like to make like little cocoons, and mine is currently in a cocoon, so it's not particularly accessible at the moment, unfortunately. I can show you where it is, but you wouldn't be able to see much. There is a cricket in there somewhere, and I don't know where it's gone. Penelope, where's the cricket gone? The cricket you were supposed to eat earlier. Where's it gone? Okay, well I'll have to fish that out later. Is that it? That is a cricket. That is part of a cricket. I don't think that's the same one, because that looks old. That looks decomposed. A little homie cocoon, okay. There is like a tiny little tunnel underneath this, and I think the cricket's in there. Oh, I can see it. It's under here. Under here. She's still moving about like she's interested, but it's underneath this log. This log is actually pretty heavy. God damn it. I know, you're annoyed that I'm doing stuff to your enclosure. I'm trying to get out this cricket that you refuse to eat. Okay, remind me later, guys. I've got to get this cricket out. Yeah, the cricket's under... It's sort of like under here somewhere. But that's fine. Okay. Let's find another spider. I guess the apple could turn yellow or green. Lots of different nuances you and to me. I spit the apple and symmetrical lines. The light never understand me, so I just wanna drive to the airport. So, I mentioned earlier, hey button! I mentioned earlier I had Balthazar, who was my first ever tarantula. But when I bought Balthazar, I didn't mean for Balthazar to be my first one. Balthazar was just sent to me for free. This is the one I actually bought, which is the same species. She's just bigger. This is Cordelia. Cordelia is a baby. When I say baby, I mean absolutely not a fucking baby. She's massive. Hey girl. How we doing? Hello Charlotte, welcome to the stream. How are you? She's a lot of fur. She's very furry. She's very fluffy. Fluffy, fluffy girl. Oh, where are you going? You going on a walk? You wanna come sit on my hand while I feed you? I'm gonna drop a cricket in there. That's fast. Yes, it is urticating hair. So she, as much as it looks like you should be able to just like stroke her, I'm not going to because she is urticating hair. She will not enjoy that, and neither will I. She is cute. How are you doing, Charlotte? I started today's stream by giving everyone a bit of an update on our lives, on what's been going on the last year or so. She a danger girl? I mean, these things are harmless to humans. She could give you a bite if you wanted to, but it's probably more... It would be more irritating if she just kicked hairs at you, you know? Why can you have 20 plus tarantulas? I can't have another bunny. I've said before, there's nothing I can do to get you to stop you from getting another bunny. But I'm the one who would have to look after it. Must be quite an update. Yeah, I didn't go into, you know, like, specifics, because obviously legal stuff, but gave everyone just a bit of an update on how we've been. I told everyone the story of when we were in school and you beat up Aaron, as a bit of context as to who you are and how you deal with these situations. But yeah, we had a whole chat earlier. Also, I was having a little look at Regina earlier. I don't think she's very well. She isn't moving much. Let's see if Priscilla decides to do a happy dance. Go on, girl, do it. Do it. Do it. Also, thank you for the sub. I don't know if I thanked you for the sub. Happy dance. Yeah, so it looks like they're really happy. And they, like, spin around in a circle. They're not actually, like, overjoyed and spinning around in a circle. What they are doing is they are laying down, like, a little web for them to eat food off of so it doesn't get contaminated by the floor. What do you do, dead spiders? Do you keep them? No, we bury them. We bury them like any other pet. She is old, but females live a long time normally. She's not that old. It is very humid in her enclosure, and I think that might have done it. I think she was a bit poorly. I don't know. She's still moving, but she's not looking very well. I'm going to leave it for a few days and see if she molts, maybe. Maybe she's just really close to molting, but she doesn't look very strong, you know? What was I doing? I was going to do something. I've got my phone out for some reason. I can't remember what I was doing. And here's someone behind me fighting. Who's fighting? Oh, is this a happy dance? Oh, this is a happy dance. Royal, this is a happy dance. So, while it looks like she's kind of partying, what she's actually doing is just laying a web in a circle on the floor so that whatever she's eating doesn't get contaminated by stuff that's on the floor. Also, I think that white stuff might be mold. I have to double check that. Look at that big old fluffy butt. Ugh, that's adorable. Or is that, oh, that's adorable. Happy dance with a big bean! Wish I could stroke it. Me too. I've been saying that. That's the worst thing about having spiders, is that they look so fluffy and I just want to stroke them. Also, Charlotte, we got a threat pose from Priscilla earlier and I got a close-up on her fangs. She is an absolute machine. You know, some streamers have like cat cam. Do you think it would be beneficial or harmful if I had spider cam? She looks velvety. Oh, absolutely. Like, yes, those hairs are irritating when they're kicked off, but when they're still attached to her, they look so fucking fluffy. Harmful, I think. Yeah, I think so. It'd be unique, though, you know. I see a lot of streamers with cat cams. Not one for normally being threatened to irritate her. So she's been really, like, not non-responsive, but, like, she used to be quite bolty, right? And today I fed her a cricket. She didn't even react. So I got the rubber base of this tripod and just gave her a little boop on the butt. And she sort of very slowly turned around, and then she immediately threat posed. So, welcome back, Matt. If you had a bunny cam, that'd be cute. We do have bunny cam. Me and Charlotte have set up, like, you know, people have, like, Ring doorbells and stuff. We have 2 Ring cameras downstairs. You'd have to have a warning for the spider cam. We did. I do have Tarantula and Spider as a tag on my stream permanently, just in case. But there's only so much we can do. Oh no, keep it just chatting, Matt. Keep it just chatting. Just because Animals is a game, and the zoo one is specifically for, like, zoos and aquariums. But isn't everyone's cup of tea? Yeah, very true. Okay, that's fine. Just give it that. Yeah, so I've done this before. So if you know the correct answer to this, I don't want you to say, but I want you to take a guess at how much she cost me. Bear in mind that when I bought her, they threw in her brother for free as well. How are you? Which spiders did I miss? You've missed all of this side over here. So you've missed the 3 pokies, you've missed her brother, you've missed Sylvester, you've missed the millipedes, Priscilla and the snails. You've missed Regina, who I think isn't particularly well at the moment. She didn't react at all, so we need to keep an eye on her. And the Togo Starburst. 50 over $1,000? No. Lasiodora parahibana cost me £2. I'm not even joking. £2. The postage was £10. It was £2. £2. Let's see if I can find the listing. Lasiodora parahibana. How do you spell parahibana? So this is a 4 to 6 centimeter one. Sorry, 6 to 7 centimeter one. £15. Why ask us like we know the answer? To start a conversation? Jesus. Do they have any Lasiadoras? Hang on, I'm not just shopping for spiders. It's worth pointing out, I did buy her when she was maybe a centimeter long. And she is now, what, maybe 4 inches across? Do spiders breathe? Good question. They have things called book lungs. Most arthropods, they take in air essentially through their skin. But they do have 2 things called book lungs on their abdomen, which is what actually is used to like convert oxygen into energy. But they don't function how ours do. Essentially, they also don't have blood in the same way we do. They are filled with something called hemoglyph, which is like a combination of blood, pus, oxygen, everything that they need, essentially. So technically they breathe, but also in the same way that plants breathe, you know? Very odd. We have already fed Saturn. Saturn has already eaten. Is there a search option on this website? Why can't I search on a website? Sort by price. Okay, so these guys have... okay, so on this website, the Lasiodora parahibana is £5. They actually have some cheaper ones. When I said earlier that Sylvester was a Nandu Colorolotavelasis, that's now changed to Vitalius. They've changed, but they're only £4 for a sling. There's a pumpkin patch. Oh, pumpkin patch of dwarf tarantulas. They're adorable. Anyway, what's going on? How are you doing, Cordelia? They feel pain? No. They respond to stimuli. They don't think in the same way we do. They don't have brains in the same way we do. They have a nervous system, but they don't have... If you think about it, cockroaches are able to survive without a head. They don't have, like, you know... The anatomy of their body is not the same as how we think of an anatomy as a body. You know? Anyway, this has been Cordelia. I'm going to move on to another tarantula now. Oh, because I need to give you an update on Bluey. Bluey had an accident. And it's the first time this has ever happened to one of my tarantulas before. It's not a life-threatening accident, but it's still an accident, you know? In fact, he's in exactly the right pose for me to show you what's happening. No, don't move, you're a dick. Jack, I got a question. If you ever get a tarantula that was too much for you to take care of, what would you do? Do you return to the store or what? I would post it on a forum. I would never, ever give it to a pet shop. And I would never sell it to, like, a rando. I would post it on a forum. And say... Because also, like, they'd need to know, right? If I said, hey, I've got this tarantula... That could be a rosehair tarantula that are completely harmless and like puppies. They are, you know, they don't respond like they don't respond aggressively. They're really calm. Or it could be like the pokey that I mentioned earlier that is lightning fast and has medically significant venom. you'd need to know about tarantulas. So I would post on like I'm in like Facebook groups and there's like Reddit threads and there's arachnid forums. So I would post on a forum. Anyway, this is Bluey. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I can feed Bluey. Bluey had an incident. Bluey is really weird. He responds to stuff very strangely, in ways that I don't expect him to. What happened was he tried to bite a dubia cockroach. Dubia cockroaches have large shielded backs. In the process, he cracked one of his teeth. I noticed him the other day on the top of his enclosure with one of his teeth through the hole, and it snapped off. He was deliberately pulling it off because if their teeth aren't in fully functioning order, they get rid of them and then they regrow them. So currently, he has one fang missing. Now, those two things on the front of his face are not his fangs. They are called chelicerae. They are the things the fang is connected to. Underneath that are two black fangs. He currently does not have one of his fangs. He can still eat. It's just a bit more... It's a bit tricky for him. I'm still going to throw a cricket in there and see what his reaction is, though I have to be very careful because, as I said, Bluey is really odd. Sometimes food will crawl over him and he will not react in the slightest. Sometimes I will look at him and he will do 3 entire rotations of his enclosure, he will bolt away and just be really fucking weird. So I have to be careful with Bluey because if I do something wrong, he might just decide to bolt into my face. New World Tarantula, no medically significant venom, he's missing a fang anyway, so not harmful to me in any way, but if any of my tarantulas was going to randomly run away and I'd have to dig him from out under my desk, it's probably this guy. So let's agitate him by throwing food at him. I'm trying to find the best angle for him here. This camera's a bit... Oh, where are you going, buddy? See, you do that pose where you're halfway on the container, and I think, oh, maybe I can handle him. Maybe he'll come out and I'll put him on my hand. And then he'll do the weirdest shit, and I'm like, okay, never mind, we're not going to do that with him. Might even keep the lid on for it, but you can see his butt's a bit thin, so I am going to try and feed him. He could probably... I want to see if he can take on one of the big ones. If he starts to run, let me know, guys. In fact, let me grab the lid to his enclosure, just in case things are getting a bit dicey. Go the other way, other way. Other way. Oh? See here, he reacted to that, but not like a tarantula normally does. Why didn't he grab it? You are so fucking weird. Beezy, you're a hoe. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna put the lid back on the crickets. That's not a threat pose, that's an inquisitive pose. He was like, ooh, food. But I think because of his missing fang, or because he was in pain, or not in pain, but in discomfort with the way his fang was, I think he didn't, like, try and eat anything for a while. And now he's in a bit of a mood where he kind of can again. I need to just make sure he is still eating. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best angle. It's very difficult with this. Where's the cricket going? The cricket is up there. There's the cricket. The cricket seems to be eating poop. Oh, hang on, hang on. Okay, yeah, come over here, come over here. You see what I mean? Like, was that the reaction you guys expected from a tarantula that clearly needs food? Okay, you know what? Let's try and tongue feed him. This can go wrong. This probably will go wrong. So tongue feeding is when you keep the cricket on the tongs and you just put it in the spider's face, and hopefully it will grab it from the tongs. And especially with him missing a fang, it might be a bit easier. Feed him this way.
Where's the... Bluey, why are you weird? But why are you like... You make it really difficult. Okay, so there is... Over here... There is a dead cricket. Has that cricket been eaten? I don't think that cricket's been eaten. It just died of its own... Okay. Okay, the thing is I need to move Bluey, but I don't trust it that he's not going to just bolt to the other side of the enclosure, so I'm going to give him a very gentle... We'll put the lid back on, and I'm going to give him a very gentle poke. Where are you going, buddy? This way? This way? Okay, so he just grabbed onto my tongs. That was the weirdest... He's so weird! So, usually, if you use the tongs and poke a tarantula, it does one of two things, right? It will... go back and it will do a threat pose, or it will just walk in the direction you've pushed it. It will just be like, right, I'm in your way, sorry, I'll get out of your way. Just then, it put all of its legs on and just did this against the tongs, and then just kind of walked in the opposite direction. Like, what are you doing? What do you need? What do you want? Now it's putting its... Okay, now it's doing a little threat pose. Which is, I'm gonna be honest, is adorable, but... It's doing a little threat pose now. And actually, maybe you can see where his fang's missing. He's not doing a threat pose anymore. He did the quickest threat pose I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Okay, now he's going back in his tunnel where the cricket is. Hang on, hang on. We got a whole ass adventure here. Okay. Where's the cricket gone? Can you guys see the cricket? There's the cricket. There's the cricket. Okay. So the cricket is... Is that the cricket? That looks like a cricket to me. Then Bluey's there. So let's poke Bluey's bum. Get Bluey to go down in the hole. I can't hold this open while also having the camera on. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna poke your bum, Bluey, okay? Okay, so we just kicked hairs at me. That was a normal response for when you poke a spider's bum. Again, cricket is like here somewhere. Oh no, the cricket is now on the other side. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can grab this cricket. Yeah, I've got the cricket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to tongue feed, but I need to grab the cricket in a slightly better way. That's perfect. I've got the cricket by one of its wings and its leg. Crickets are fucking metal as fuck. If you just grab them by a leg, they'll just chew off their own leg and be like, fine, I'll just live without it. But if you get a wing as well, there's not much they can do about it. Can't get the lid off. Okay, so he's kicking hairs again. Just dropped the cricket right next to him. I need to be careful. Hey Moo, how are you? Okay, Bluey's not eating. Bluey is... Oh, is Bluey eating? Bluey, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. Bluey has a cricket in his face. Are you going to do anything? Bluey, please eat something. I swear to God. So for anyone new here, this is a cricket. This is a tarantula. This is supposed to eat this. It's not currently eating it, and I don't know why. That is not the response I wanted you to give. Look, Bluey, what the fuck are you doing? How are you guys? You good?
Who's trying out nutrition by osmosis? Yeah, maybe. Louie, do something!
Louis, I would die for you.
Louie's my favourite. Okay, we're gonna put some water in there. That might tempt a reaction out of one or two of them. Because it might make the cricket panic and then Bluey will be like, oh, it's food! Or it might just... Oh! Did you grab it? What are you doing? Do you have a cricket in your mouth, Blue? Please tell me you do. I genuinely can't tell. Hang on. Oh, this tunnel's longer than I thought it was. Okay, I can't see the cricket anymore. This might be good. The cricket is not in Bluey's mouth. Where the fuck is the cricket gone? Oh, the cricket's on top. Okay. The cricket is now up here. I think the cricket walked past Bluey and Bluey freaked out. So, yeah, I don't think Bluey's ready to eat anything. Let's put a bit more water in there. So at least he's got some water to drink. If he can't currently eat because of his fang situation, he's got some water to drink. Because what you can do is that if he hydrates enough, he should just molt. So that's what I'm hoping. Wonder if you can see. God. One Bluey's fucking. There is dinner walking into your mouth, and you're like, what's going on, mate? What happened to his fang? A dubia cockroach happened to his fang. I'll see if I can find it. I did keep it. Because, unfortunately, dubia cockroaches are fucking indestructible. In more ways than one. Is it in here? Okay, there it is. Cricket. Don't be a dick. Don't jump. Okay. This right here is a live dubia cockroach. Right. Is this still alive? It's still alive. This is a live dubia cockroach. This is what I do use to feed some of my tarantulas with, but when they're this size, it has a very hard outer shell. Tarantulas are usually very good at finding the weak spot, right? They'll turn things over and bite it. Bluey is so weird that he just tried to bite it and didn't realize it had a hard outer shell, damaged his fang, and then essentially tore off his own fang. Metal as fuck. But currently he's not doing anything. You know, dubias, I'm not gonna lie, dubias are kind of cute when you look at them like right up close. Right? They've got weird little faces. Usually these are the things I use to feed my tarantulas, but I'm keeping this one. Hang on. This camera sucks for focus. No? Why no? Catception. Yuck. Cockroaches are really clean animals. Like, I guarantee when I put this cockroach down, it will clean itself because it thinks I'm gross. But I do, I've got oils on my hand, I've been touching spiders and cockroaches the last couple of hours. Oh. No, I dropped it. Where did it go? Okay, grab onto me, there you go. Shall not be happy if I let off. There's another type of cockroach called red runner cockroaches. They're red and they run, as you can imagine. And a couple of them escaped once, and occasionally I find them in my house. That sets off my arachnophobia more than your tarantula. Fair enough. I'm gonna leave this cockroach in there with Bluey. Maybe he will eat it at some point. Don't have my hopes up for that, but maybe he will. We're now going to move on to the tiny tarantulas. These are going to be quite tricky to get a decent shot of, but I will do my best.
The apple's different, yellow or green, and there's lots of different nuances to enter me. Split the apple down symmetrical lines. Never understand the for the drive. The airport. The airport. So these guys actually, all of these tiny ones, they don't have names. So if you can think of a name for these guys, let me know. Now, while this looks quite familiar, this is a Grammostola pulchripes, which is what is the normal name for the Grammostola pulchripes? Let's have a look. Grammostola pulchripes is the Chaco golden knee tarantula. Now, while it looks like a normal size at the moment, I am going to get my finger into the shot, and you can see just how small this tarantula is. Ready? So this is a baby. This is a spiderling. Absolutely teeny tiny. Teeny tiny, itty bitty little slutty skirt. We're gonna give it a teeny tiny cockroach. Not cockroach. Teeny tiny cricket. You interested? Oh, he's not interested. That means I've got to get that cricket out of there. That is annoying. Or maybe he'll turn around and... Okay. Did he get it? So, an interesting thing about spiders is that they rarely... Because their venom is slow acting, right? Tarantulas will rarely bite as a means of threatening them. So what they'll sometimes do, even if they're not hungry, they will just eat something to get rid of it, which is the most fucking, like, the most badass thing. Like, get out of my face. Okay, no, I'm going to eat you, so you fuck off. So even though the first response to that is that he didn't grab it, it got in his way, and he went, right, I'm going to have to eat you to get rid of you then. Me with men. So you want to fight me? Are you big enough? Hit the back of my knee, are you serious? Don't keep on trying, but like the blood on my teeth, just a little too much. So bite me and slap me around the face. Now I'm twisting your arm till I hear it break. Yeah, I get stronger every day, yeah. Oh, where you going, buddy? Okay, next one is a fun one. Is he out? Okay, so this is one that you guys have been a fan of before. There are some species of tarantula, like I've said a lot of names today, like Chromatopelma pubescens and Nanducolor velocus and stuff. Oh shit. There is one tarantula that I vowed to never have, and that is this guy. This is an OBT, also known as the orange bitey thing. It's called an OBT because it is bright orange. OBT stands for orange baboon tarantula. I don't know if you can see, it's really hard to spot and I don't want to go too close to him. But just here on his abdomen is like a little face and they look like baboons. Now, they are colloquially, in the hobby, they are known as orange bitey things. These things apparently will resort to biting before anything else, which is why I have to be very careful with this thing. He's obviously not very big. That will not stop him from biting me. These things are well documented for giving threat poses and just generally being tiny little menaces. So, I'm going to drop a cricket in there and very quickly close the lid. Because if he doesn't want to eat the cricket, fuck knows where he's going to end up. Okay? Okay, so the cricket... Oh. Okay, good. That was the absolute best outcome. Can you see the baboon face? I've never been able to properly spot it, but there is a baboon face there. Bro's hungry. Yeah, he's quite skinny.
We're already immediately seeing a happy dance, which is nice. Fun fact, the OBT is, as far as I know, the only fossorial tarantula that I have. Fossorial meaning that they burrow more than anything else. What are those butt fangs? They are called spinnerets. Every single spider in the world has them, and they are just the thing that produces webs. On some spiders, they are much longer than others, depending on how often they use their, like, web. You can see this guy likes to web up his enclosure. Spinnerets. So, S-P-I-N-N-E-R-E-T-S, I believe. Is he doing it right now? What do you mean? This is a happy dance, yes. Every time he stops like that, it scares me. He's doing a happy dance. I know it seems counterproductive when everything's already covered in his webs, but what he does. Happy dance. Well, you know how I explained. So spiders, when they grab something, what they'll do, if they're in a safe place, they will make a little, like, plate, essentially. They will web up the floor around them to prevent, like, dirt and stuff getting on their food, because while their food is in their mouth, a lot of the times it's still alive and it's bigger than them, so it'll drag on the floor. So what they'll do is they'll make a little plate so that it's not going to collect dirt and stuff as it goes. So they don't want to eat dirt, you know? They're so cool, but I would die if I saw it in real life. Yeah, I am not looking forward to him being bigger. Like, if just for clarification, like, this is my hand. He is a very small tarantula, right? Like, maybe an inch from one to the other. He's about the size of Moo. He's about the size of our giant house spiders, right? The ones you see in the summer with just running along the floor. He's about that size. So a big spider, but a small tarantula. These things can get, not massive, but considering their temperament, like, it can be pretty scary. I was saying it was the size of Moo. Yeah, this is about the same height as you. What's that, like 5'3"? Yeah, this is my OBT. Oh, I forgot to say, his name is Zoltan. I called him Zoltan. I don't know where that name comes from, but thanks for the extra inch. Okay, you're smaller than I remember. To be fair, Mo, I have not seen you in like 8 years. Huh. Yeah, so this is Zoltan. I'm gonna put the lid down now, which usually makes him move. It didn't make a move. He's still just chilling. We did come very close the other day. We'll see each other this year. I feel it in my bones. I hope so. Yes, we did come very close, but unfortunately I had shit going on. Right, that was Zoltan. Until I hear it break. And it's stronger every day. For any Americans in the chat, here's your US spider. According to Google, Zoltan's boy's name of Hungarian origin, meaning sultan, authority, or power. That makes sense. Yeah, to my Americans in chat, here we go. Here's one of yours. This is... Actually, he doesn't have a name yet. I was going to say a name, but I was like ramping up to a name, but he doesn't have one. This is an Alphona pelmacalcode, also known as the Arizona Blonde. As you can see by his colors, he's not blonde yet, but he is an Arizona Blonde. The good thing is, as well, he is a desert tarantula, meaning that he's bone dry in there, and that's how he likes it. I say he, I'm doing that typical thing where I just gender everything as he unless proven otherwise. God, there's a lot more crickets in there than I thought there was. Jesus Christ, there's loads of them. Okay, we need a little one though. No, he's American, he can handle a bigger one. Come on. I grabbed that cricket by the face. I don't know if that's going to hurt it or not. Does that hurt the dog? Yeah, I think I killed that cricket. I picked it up by its face. Very hard to pick up these crickets without hurting them in any way. Okay, there we go. Can I pet
dog. No, you know those ones where it's like... I think it was a comment left on one of those, like, you know the robot dogs? And someone, like, kicks them, and they, like, you know, settle themselves. It was like... Is Mira a name? Should be. I don't know. But there was one where they were, like, kicking it, and the top comment was like, does this hurt the dog? Also, did you guys see that? That happened very quickly. He does not have a gun, Beezy, but maybe he should. Or you mean like Mera, like America? Well, I mean, I don't know anything about American states. Beezy, what's special about Arizona? Is there anything interesting in Arizona? I know it's very desertous. Is there anything interesting about it? I'm going to give him a little bit of water. Hot, okay. A little bit of water. Obviously, desert places still have moisture. Some places. Tonight we gonna be rocking it, rocking it. Shake my ass and stopping it. I look hard in it, hard in it. I look hard in it. Oh, good news. The Togo Starburst we fed earlier is currently eating its food. Look, I'll show you. You remember this guy from earlier? You can't fucking see because of the light. It's got a cricket in his mouth. Mimi, if you're here, we succeeded. Got a cricket in his mouth. Yay. Yeah, there you go. That's that one. Arizona like the iced tea. Exactly. Maybe we should call it iced tea. And now this is a fun one. And I mean that completely disingenuously. This is the reality of owning tarantulas. Let me just check it's still alive before I do this bit. Cool, this is the reality of owning tarantulas. This is a Grammostola porteri, also known as the rose hair tarantula. If you know anything about spiders, you'll know that rose hairs are very, very mild-mannered. They are little babies. They also take fucking ages to grow. And I mean that with general kindness. This thing is the same age as Saturn. They came from the same place, they were the same age. Right? In fact, no. This is older than Saturn. So Saturn, if you remember, was the pokey that we fed earlier, the one that ate its siblings, right? This thing is the same age. Okay? I have not fed this tarantula in literally 6 months, right? You're probably not even going to be able to spot it unless I put... There we go, that's a nice shot. Look at that thing. That is what we are dealing with here. That teeny tiny, itty bitty little tiny tarantula is maybe a centimeter across. Now, rosehair tarantulas, the world record for the oldest tarantula in the world is a rosehair. So these are ancient tarantulas. I mean, these are the types of tarantulas that have been around older than trees have, you know. But like, look how tiny, like, it's absolutely diddy. And I literally haven't seen it in fucking months. Will outlive you. I mean, depends on how my life goes, but I think the oldest tarantula ever was like 52 or something, right? Maybe I'll Google that before spouting this information. Hang on. I know the oldest spider was in its 40s. Oldest tarantula ever. The oldest spider was 43. That was number 16. Yeah, Chilean rosehair. 20 plus years, it says. I really hate the AI thing. Listen to this statement and tell me what's wrong with this, okay? The world's oldest known spider, and therefore likely the oldest tarantula, was a trapdoor spider named number 16. Tell me what's wrong with that statement. I'll read it again. The world's oldest known spider, and therefore likely the oldest tarantula, was a trapdoor spider named number 16. Spider is not a tarantula. A tarantula is a type of spider. A trapdoor spider is not a tarantula. And also to say the world's oldest known spider, and therefore likely the oldest tarantula. No, they're not mutually exclusive.
What are you talking about? There's so much noisy. What's Sheldon? Was dragging his shell across things. I don't know. Just stop using Google. It's Google AI. But yeah, essentially what I'm saying is that there's been accounts of these spiders living for like 30 years old, right? And you can see why, because this thing is nearly 2 years old. Yes, I did see about the parasitic wasp. And is just fucking sat there. It is still alive, I've already checked, but it's just sat there. It's just in there doing nothing. There's a fly on the ceiling above me. Think of how lucky he is. Oh, that reminds me. Another thing I got recently. They are looking a bit worse for wear, but I kept getting fruit flies in here, so I bought some pitcher plants. So not even the tiny flies are safe. But yeah, again, this one doesn't have a name. Teeny tiny tarantula. I've barely seen it since I rehoused it. I'm going to show you an even smaller tarantula though, but this one might even eat. There's two little babies here. So, first one here. I haven't actually seen this one in a while. I want to make sure it's still alive before I do this, because apparently this is not going well. Oh god, what is that? Oh, this tarantula might not be alive anymore. Oh my god. Hang on. Oh, yeah, that is a dead tarantula. Brilliant. Well, this is not going well today. Okay. Never mind. This one is not doing well. This is the downside to having about 20 odd pets. On top of the massacre from fucking a couple of weeks ago. What was his name? Didn't have one. This was a skeleton tarantula. Ironically. Okay, well, that's upsetting. We'll move on. These things do unfortunately happen. Call him Bones, remember him forever. That sounds nice. Okay. That was a bit of a downer. Let's have a look at this one. So, fun fact for you. This tarantula in here is technically one of the most venomous I own. And look how tiny it is. This is like a specimen jar, right? Just gonna double check. This one is still alive. Jesus Christ. Our like KD on this stream has been bad. I don't know what this thing is going to do when I open this lid, but this in here is a Vietnam blue tarantula. A Hilobrachus something. Who else died? Unfortunately, one of my little slings had died, my skeleton one. We'll have a little look at this guy, see if this one is in there and up doing something. That is a jar of dirt, Jack. Anything in there? It's been a busy bee. Where is the spider? God, what is happening today? Spider's in there, right? Oh, I can see it, okay. Okay, so. It's really, really small. This is probably the smallest one I've got. You might not be able to see it, but just in there, there's a tiny little leg. I'm going to put a cricket on top. I'm going to put a pre-killed cricket. So I'm just going to crush a cricket, and hopefully it will still move around and should get a reaction out of this. Want to make sure I can see its legs. Yeah. And this is definitely alive, because that was not looking like that about a week ago. It's renovated its enclosure. The smallest one in there, which would be you. We're going to just do this. And then we're going to drop that there.
Is the cricket bigger than the spider? Yes. This spider is absolutely tiny. What is with the focus? Focus. Focus. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Is that safe? Yeah, that should be fine, especially with this one. I have crushed this cricket, so it is not currently alive. It will still move a little bit, but is not alive. But the tarantula in here absolutely does not give a fuck. That thing could be 3 times the size of it, and it would still try and kill. I guarantee it. But I don't know if it is. It just moved, but whether it's hungry is a different matter. Okay, it ran away. That's fine. If it's not interested, it's not interested. I'm not going to force it. I do, however, want to put a bit of water in there because it's a little bit dry in there. But what I don't want to do with something that doesn't have any drainage is to drown it out. So I'm literally going to put a couple of drops of water on top. And that's it. That's all I need. And especially with only 3 tiny holes for it to put evaporate. That's fine. Well, we are doing bad today. One of my big ones might be dead. One of my little ones is dead. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see if we can redeem this by getting this guy out. So, I mentioned earlier how a trapdoor spider and a tarantula are not the same thing. However, there are some tarantulas that are trapdoor spiders. Not in the sense that they are biologically a trapdoor spider, but in the sense that they inhabit or exhibit that behavior. So, in here we have a jar of dirt, standard. But as you can see from the front there, in fact, can I do this? Where is it currently? I want to just double check which way it is. Where are you, mirror? You are not that side, so you must be this side. I don't know where this spider is. And that's scary to me. Hang on, hang on. Where are you? Oh my god, this is not a situation I want with a fucking venomous tarantula. Oh, I see you. Hey, baby. Hey, cutie. Okay, it's going to be really hard for me to show you this, but I'm going to try my absolute best. So, I'm not going to be able to feed this, but right down here, if I squat this down, this is a tarantula I don't think you guys have ever seen before. Right down here. Oh god. I didn't expect it to come closer. Oh god, what are you doing? I have no idea on this thing's temperament. It is a fucking trapdoor spider. Okay, let's roll this back a little bit. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so this is an Idiothelymera, also known as the bluefoot baboon, and a tarantula that I have never interacted with out of just feeding it in its hole. Can you see why they're called bluefoot baboons, by the way? Look at those absolutely stunning blue feet. Now I'm going to feed it, but I don't get a chance to see this thing very often. In fact, I've got a really cute shot here. If I can get this shot. Oh my god. Can I? Can you see its little face? Hang on, hang on. Fucking focus, camera. Jesus. Sorry, my hands are really shaky right now. I really want this camera to focus. Okay, there you go. Can you see its teeny tiny little face? Trying to get like a
light in there. Can you see his eyes? Oh my god, look at his eyes.
You know, we've had lots of fun here today. We've made some
That's
music.
awesome. You can't see its eyes?
We broke a couple of things. But we had fun. But there's one
That is so cool. Look at that.
everybody else.
Oh my god.
Her name is Moo.
That's so cool. So yeah, this is a tarantula I have never really seen out. So I'm just savoring this opportunity. It's been a very weird day in terms of tarantula feeding. I did not expect to have any casualties today. I mean, you run the risk of doing that when you've got 20 odd pets, but sometimes it all happens at once, you know, when it rains it pours and all that. Anyway, gonna chuck a cricket in there, see its reaction. I'm kind of hoping the cricket doesn't run straight past it, so it comes out and then has to go back into its enclosure. Oh, shit. Fuck's sake. Come on. I had to squish that cricket a bit because it started jumping away. No, that's not good. Is the tarantula still this side? It is still good. I need to grab a cricket, but I don't want it to be too bothered by the fact I've grabbed it. I don't want it to run, you know? But I'm tongue. What about that? It just ran in there, didn't it? Okay, well. I'm assuming you caught that, right? Yeah, okay, they caught it. That's fine. I was not expecting the suicidal cricket running straight into the jaws of defeat, but okay, that's fine. Let me quickly just give it some water. Sorry about that, guys. I was expecting a bit more than that, but crickets are a bit too energetic sometimes. A bit much, if you know what I mean. We got to see the eyes. We did get to see the eyes, which is great. Right. A few more left. How many more left? We got like 4 more left. Is that it? You first lifted the hole. When you first lifted the dirt, it got it got mad. Like it was trying to snatch the blanket back over his duvet. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it did. In fact, we've only got one more tarantula, haven't we? Yeah, because the only other ones we haven't seen are a primo. Okay, we've got one more tarantula, guys. What a quote from Nightbot there, that's amazing. Okay, so let me just adjust this a little bit, because this is going to take a little bit of jiggery-pokery to get in the right place. Nightbot is sentient, that doesn't surprise me at all. So right here we have... Oh, good. Good. She can jump, so just real careful about her. If a tarantula suddenly appears on my face, you'll know what happened. But for anyone who's been here a long time, you will know there is one tarantula I have that's near and dear to my heart because she is my oldest tarantula. Her name, rightfully so, I can get the camera pointed at her instead of at whatever. What are you pointing at me? Her name is Athena.
who is upside down apparently. Hang on, let me sort this camera out. How long is this camera? Wait, is that upside down? That's the right way around. Okay, cool. She's currently upside down. That's why. Okay. This is Athena. Athena is a pink toe tree spider. Also known as an avicularia. She is an absolute baby. She is honestly just such a sweetheart. The only tarantula that I would consider just trying to get out to handle her, but as I mentioned earlier, avicularia can actually jump, and she's quite unpredictable in the terms of when she decides to jump. She's old. Like, this is like an 8-9-year-old tarantula. Give you some context on how big she is. This is my hand. So, not massive, but she is my baby. Who's a little baby? You little baby? You little baby? I'm gonna get like a good shot of her face. Oh, but that's the thing, is that she is an absolute sweetheart. Look at her. She is just a little baby. You little baby. Who's a cute little tarantula? Let's feed her. She needs a big one. She needs a big one. Let's put this on the side. Where you going, girl? Look at her little toes. Look at her little feet. Look at her little feet. If you didn't know, by the way, tarantulas actually have paws. If I can get really close to her foot, you can see she has little toe beans. They have teeny tiny little paws. Look at that. Stop, I'll cry. I'm trying to get a decent shot of her, but this camera's a bit too zoomed in. I might just have to pop this back up here. Yeah, let's just do it like this. I'm like an inch away from her face. Well, she's an inch away from my face, I should say. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh on you. Okay, here she is. Here she is. Okay. I realised I just giggled while she was right in my face. So I'm going to have to feed her, but now I can't see her. So, let's pop a cricket in there, see how she reacts. She's usually pretty fast with food, to be fair. She's an old girl, but she's pretty quick when it comes to food. She makes such a pretty web look so cozy. Oh, a lot of arboreal tarantulas do. The ones that climb a lot want to make it very clear that this tree's theirs. Right, we're going to tongue feed her, okay? So all I'm going to do is this. Put the web next to her. She should just reach over to it, grab it. She's hungry. Oh, God. Okay, never mind. It got away from me. What are you going to do, girl? You going to react to that at all? I can't actually see her particularly well because this glass is completely covered in web. So, fun fact about these guys. You know how I mentioned earlier that some tarantulas bite, some tarantulas kick hairs? These guys like to respond to things with what is affectionately referred to as the poop cannon. They will fire poop at things that they do not appreciate. Which is kind of adorable. Right, I'm eating, I'm sorry. Oh? What response was that, dude? Aw, she's a bit slow in her old age. Oh, never mind. Fucking hell. There you go for it, girl. That cricket's trying to find an escape. Go on, do it. Do it. The web was sticky. Not like this. I can show you in a second. Hey, P-Born. I just realised my entire chat is VIPs. Come on, Athena. They'll get, like, tied up in it, but it isn't sticky like a spider web is. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but, like, I can show you if you want. Like, you play with it. It's not as... It actually feels very nice. It feels like silk. I like that this is the shot of my room you never see, and it's just full of random shit. Come on, Athena. Surely you feel that, right? There you go. Did she actually grab it? Is it in her mouth? Did you get it, girl? She didn't get it. It's down in the hole. Okay, hang on, hang on. She grabbed it and like, yeah, she grabbed it and threw it. That's an interesting approach, Athena. I'm curious what your plan is here. I don't want to get behind you because you'll fire poop at me. Where is it? She's not got it in her mouth. I might have to get that out. Wait, is that her? That's not her? Oh my god, that's not her. That's a mole. Hang on. Where are you going, Athena? Have you got it in your mouth? Hang on, hang on. On there? You haven't got it, have you? I think she can see me looming over her. Tarantulas don't have the best eyesight, but arboreals ones do have slightly better eyesight. I'm concerned she might start firing poop at me. Please don't poop at me. Where, oh where? That just go. Not in your mouth, no? Have I opened this, or have you completely webbed this shut? Where'd you go? Right down there. Where did that thing just go? Oh, there's so much random stuff in there. I realise her butt's looking right at me. How long does it take to spin that fancy canopy web? Not that long. I mean, I just broke it a bit to open that door, but she will have repaired that by tonight, easily. I don't know where that cricket's gone, but I know a thing that she will be fine. She will find it and kick its ass. So, P-Born. At the beginning of today's stream, I gave a bit of an update on what's going on with my life. I don't really want to repeat it, but if you want to see that, first half an hour of today's stream was just me talking about what's been going on in my life. So, check it out if you're interested. Cool, so that was Athena. And then we're going to finish with the headliner. As long as the headliner is okay. Where is our headliner? There he is. Hello, you mutant demon. So, Athena was the headliner. Disagree. Because we've got one more thing for us to worry about. One more thing for us to be concerned about. He is the most dangerous animal I own. Some of you may already know what I'm about to show you. But this is my friend, CJ. CJ is a cherry red Malaysian centipede. Centipedes are dangerous. The boy, yes, the boy. Now, when I bought CJ, I want to just preface that I paid actual money to have this in my house. Couple of prefaces. They were like, okay,
don't put him in a plastic enclosure. He will chew his way out of it. Do not handle it. They are dangerous. This species have killed before. There has been 2 accounts of children being bitten by these and dying, which is really fucking sad, but also metal as fuck. So, you're about to witness carnage. Can we see him? You can see a little bit of red there, which is a little insight into what we are about to see. Now, yeah, I got told not to put them in a plastic closure because they will chew their way out. That they are escape artists. They will find a way out. So, not to, you know, do anything stupid. Within 30 minutes of having this guy, he escaped twice. I had to pick him up with tongs like he was a fucking snake and shook him. Oh my god, have I ran out of... I have ran out of big crickets because everyone's eating them. Okay, actually a small cricket might be good because they're a bit quicker. My worry is that it will just do what that other one did and run straight in there. And I want to see what he does. To put this... That's like the worst place that could go, right? Right, I need a reasonably sized cricket. There we go, that one's pretty good. No, never mind. The fun fact, I once fed him a locust because I was curious if he would eat a locust. Locusts are probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. He was fine with it, he just took it on like it was nothing. There's a cricket in there now. Now, if I know CJ and he's hungry, he will prowl this thing like a goddamn snake. That's a picture of him, by the way. That was the card they gave me when I bought it. They were like, oh, we've got like a... He was the one for our promotional thing. Do you want a picture? Oh, did you really just fall into CJ's tunnel? Did you really just fall into Okay, we're going to have to handycam this. Like it's a low-budget horror movie. And I'll hold this with it as well. Where did the cricket just go? Okay, you know what? Look in there, see if he's in there. He's in there. Can we see him? Do you guys see what you're looking at? There's a leg there. I also got told one of the reasons why you should never handle these is because they can envenom things with their feet. Their feet are just as venomous as their fangs are, which is great news. I believe his head's there. You can see his little mustache thing. They've got antennae, but they kind of curl them up like a mustache, and it's really funny. I kind of want to antagonize him and see if he does anything. Imagine being a literal blight to the lad you walk upon. Jesus. What a good way of putting it. I don't know where that cricket went. I'm going to do something I don't normally do with CJ, and that's take his lid off. Because I want to see where that cricket's gone. For the sake of this exercise, I will put the camera back up here. So if he does escape, at least it will make for a really funny clip while I freak out and have to grab him again. CJ. CJ, my guy. Good? Oh god. Oh god, he's good. He's absolutely fucking fine! Okay, where is the cricket? The cricket's gone in his tunnel somewhere. Hey, CJ. How are you? As long as he doesn't go into escape mode, we are fine. He occasionally will just walk around his enclosure trying to find ways out. And that is what I call escape mode, and that is the one I hate. Because he's fucking smart and can fit into tiny, tiny little gaps. Like the air holes in his enclosure. I think he's just kind of like, bro, what you doing?
I just need to be left alone. But I am going to chuck another cricket in there. At the off chance he is hungry. Do I have anything else apart from a cricket? I've got these beetles. I don't know if I'll eat one of these beetles. Unless, are any of them still worms? I've got Mario worms here. But I don't think, I think they're all beetles now. What the fuck are you? You're like half beetle, half worm. Oh, you're just coming out of your shell. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I've got a Mario worm here. Okay. I'm curious if we'll take on a Mario worm. Mario worms are these things, by the way. I've never seen these guys before. This is a Mario worm. The issue with Mario worms is they burrow, and I don't want one to be loose in his enclosure. So I might... Oh god, I can't believe I'm saying this. I might tongue feed my incredibly dangerous centipede. Okay, let's get this ready in case this goes horrendously wrong. Where is the tripod? That's the tripod. I've got his lid here in case I need to chuck this somewhere. I probably shouldn't touch this lid because he's probably envenomed it, knowing him. There. Put a bit of light there. Can you see in there at all? No, that is not the best angle. Can we see a CJ? Can you see this? Why the fuck am I using my bare hand? You know, he's kind of cute when he's just searching for stuff. He can sense that. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Gotta quickly put this back on. Okay. So the issue with centipedes, right, is the way they move is incredibly unpredictable. They just, all of their limbs flail and suddenly they're 5 feet across and you don't know how they got there. And he just started moving and then all of a sudden another piece of him was coming out of a different, like, section. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna feed this guy. Usually I just drop food in there, but I want you guys to be able to see what he does. Is the reason you don't want the Mario worm in there because it's dangerous to CJ, although CJ will have a new minion? Good question. Usually with tarantulas, it would be I don't want anything to happen to the tarantula because the worms turn into beetles, and beetles, same as crickets, are scavengers. They will eat anything that's weak. So, for example, if a tarantula is molting, they will attack the molting tarantula, and the molting tarantula won't fight back. In CJ's case, centipedes molt in such a way that they molt from kind of the front first. So by the time they finish molting, their teeth have already hardened to the point where they can kill again. So it doesn't really stop them too much. But yeah, it's more that I just don't want to have to deal with it. There's a dubia cockroach. Why is there a dubia in here? Did I do that? I mean, the solution is I put one of the beetles in there, but I don't know if the beetles burrow. Let's see. If I just put a Mario worm in there. I mean, the other solution is I put in a pupa. What is that word? A chrysalis. A half stage. Because these worms turn into beetles, and most of the things in here are actually just larvae. Okay, so this is a Mario worm. I'm going to drop that in there and see if maybe its movements attract Sheldon. Yeah, the Metapod version. If it does come out, if CJ comes out, this will be a god tier clip, because he will just come out of the darkness over here. Yeah, centipedes can take on small mammals and stuff. They can take down like small mice and things. They do not give a shit. If it moves, they'll eat it. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these things. I'll put one of these there as well. This is a pupa. So you can see it's like a little metapod. It's actually more like a kakuna.
Let's see if he's even moved. He's in there. You can see him down there, can't you? Any of those words mean they're Pokemon? Kakuna and Metapod? You know what? Let's spray them as well. So there's a bit of water in there too. Should know I haven't played. Should know I haven't played a single Pokemon game before the red and purple one. That's fine. You should though. They're amazing. Man, these beetles are just eating each other. That's pretty fucked up. Centipede scare me? Me too. These things are absolutely terrifying. Come on, man. It's on my endless list of games I want to play, which also holds the Zelda games. Yeah, some of them are pretty long. What do we think, CJ? Are we hungry at all? Where are you? Where's the active part of you? That's your butt, I think. It's very hard to tell sometimes. Okay. We're taking the lid off again. Yeah, all good, Moo. All good. Scared the shit out of me. He wasn't underneath it when I opened the thing. Worm's moving. I think that's cute. Yeah, I mean, his enclosure's open currently, BZ. So if he wants to do, like, here's my finger, like, imagine if he just came out and grabbed my finger. To clarify, while these things have, yes, technically killed people, if I got bitten by him, I'd like to think that I could handle it. I'm fairly sure that people have died due to, like, complications, like allergies and things. Not necessarily just these things are so powerful they just immediately kill, you know? It's not like a snake bite where they're designed to just kill whatever's been near them. Also, Peaborn, I've just realized you redeemed a 15 streak. I love you. That's amazing. Thank you. What's your poison resistance? Like 20. Plus 20. Don't know, I haven't got to poison yet on my DM guide. Do something! The people are watching! Oh, you saw a little antenna go around. Did you see that? Oh god, that's not the way I wanted you to come out. But if that's where you are, that's where you are. Okay, so that's his antenna just there. Oh, oh. So you can probably see his antenna. Imagine crowd control for this. In what way? What would it be? Like suddenly spawning CJ. Where did his antenna go? I saw his antenna like poking up over here. 500 points, release CJ. Ads, baby, all good. Good. There's even less than Bluey. He's far more dangerous than Bluey, though. Where's my drink gone? How's the drink go? There it is. This is VU Royal. There is definite activity. Come on, CJ. I hyped you up so much. Not CJ, I'm going to say it. And I've been thinking it a while, but I'm going to say it out loud. You're a dick. Highly venomous and dangerous, my ass. He's not even reacting. He's not even reacting. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, by the way. Every time I lift up this lid and lift up the wood, he looks me dead in the eyes. Can I do this with one hand, actually? So I'm holding a camera with one hand, and a light with one hand. But look at him down there. Oh, now you run away, do you, huh? He doesn't like the light. See, what I need is like a camera like this, right? You know those ones that go on like the stands? That'd be great. Look at that. That'd be great. But yeah, I don't think he's hungry. I don't think CJ's into it today. Which is a shame. He was the headline act. You know when the headline act doesn't play the song you want, you're like, well, they were still good, but they didn't play the song, you know? That's all my bugs. That's all my things. Yeah, unfortunately, we did have a casualty today, potentially two. I'm gonna be really sad if Regina's gone, because she's quite a big girl. My luck with those species has not been particularly great. I've had 3 of them now. 2 of them turned out to be male and died in like 2 years. And then yeah, something's happened to Regina, which is really sad. But We've had a day. Let me turn this light down to the level it usually is. And then turn the ISO up to what it usually is. And then put the pink light back on. So, that was my bugs. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. That was literally the plan for today's stream, was just to feed on my bugs, show you what I was doing, and well, give you guys a bit of an update on my life, our life. I've been alright, you know, getting there. But yeah, you guys have enjoyed today's stream. I need to sneeze. I don't know when I paused the music, I didn't mean to. Still going, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna finish today's stream. I know it's been a shorter one, but yeah, it was mainly just about filling you guys in on what's going on, and spiders. I will have to double check some spiders, because as I said, I think we had a couple of casualties today, but Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite tomorrow. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Next Thursday I'm not streaming, so glad you streamed. Set up the BS you've both been going through, but happy it looks like you turn out okay. I love you and Charlotte both. I love you too, Busy. Thank you for the kind words. And yeah, things are getting there. Obviously, we're not out of the woods yet, but we're getting there, and I'm very happy of how things are going. Things are returning to normal. What about Bioshock Infinite? That is a very fair point. Maybe we do a poll. Finish off Bioshock or play Fortnite. I did install Fortnite. I made an EA account and everything. The first thing I did was like, you should buy V-Bucks. Is Bioshock going to take you 4 hours? No. Well, we have DLC. Yeah, probably. More than 4, I guess. I don't know how long the DLC is, man. Good luck and good night. Thank you, Mimi. That sounded like a sign-off from a TV show. And good luck and good night. Who are we writing out to? Let's see who we're writing out to. Remember your amazing spider. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't take it to heart. Like, unfortunately, spiders can be quite fickle sometimes. They can just pass for literally no reason. Yeah, I'm not taking it too much to heart. It annoyed me when they ate each other, because that was kind of on me, but these guys, there's a chance Regina was just old, you know? Which, if it's old age, like, that's fine, you know, those species doesn't last particularly long. The little sling I'm annoyed by, but it's never been okay, it's always been a bit weird. I'd say 2 hours, maybe? Okay. Maybe finish Infinite, then Fortnite next week, Bioshock's DLCs. Maybe finish Infinite, then Fortnite, then next week, Bioshock DLCs. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Right. We're gonna rate out to Good Lord Diver. They're playing Oblivion Remastered. Awesome stuff. So sad to lose, baby. You've been loving takeout. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All good. All good. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me on this, and thank you for bearing with me while I kind of trauma dumped on you. Even though it's like secondhand trauma. I love you guys. Look after yourselves. Pet a dog. What was it I used to say? Pet a dog. Pet something else. Pet a cat. Most of you have cats. Pet a cat. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.